Hope you are fine, viewers, wherever you are. Thank you because of your support. You have been supporting us all through. This is Voice of Siga. My name is Msaka Charles, and the show is Voice of Siga Ben Show. What a day! We are hosting the serious men in Sigalagala National Polytechnic. Of course, they are politicians. We are here to delve into matters pertaining politics. What a day! Hope you will enjoy the show. From my father's end was the aspirant for the Sigalagala National Polytechnic presidential seat. We want to start by introduction just to let the audience know who the guests are in the house. Habari zenu. Yeah. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Mnafeel aje Prezo?
I'm relaxed.
You are relaxed?
Yes.
Asante. Mheshimiwa? You are good? Okay. Very fantastic. Na kila mtu anasema tofauti, relaxed, good, fantastic. Kwani hakuna mwenye atake mwingine? On the same. Asante sana. This is Voice of Siga Ben Show. We talk about politics. Mr. Prezo, please your introduction. Watu wanataka kujua who are you?
Okay. Thank you, my brother journalist. My name is Amos Masai. Amos Masai. I come from Bungoma County. I am a student in this institution. I take a diploma in automotive engineering, year 2.
Wow,
Yeah.
very good. And Mr. Okay, the second man. Yeah.
I'm Joel Mbwaka Shila. I've been an aspirant for the Capital Affirmative Action, or rather representative of PWD's Students Union. I'm a student here. I pursue fashion and design craft certificate.
Wow. The reason as why I see you glowing, in a black suit, Unajua nasemanga men are usually colorblind. You ni black ama
Black,
ni black?
but with some spots.
Or with some spots. So what is the spots? Wow. Yes, and the man next to me.
Okay, thank you. My name is Wanjala Emmanuel. I'm also from Bungoma County, a student here at the Sigalagala National Polytechnic. I take diploma in automotive engineering. I'm in my second year.
Wow. So I am really privileged to have you in our studio. First of all, people want to know that because we've had politics in Sigalagala recently, whereby people were aspiring for different seats, and we've seen Mr. Masai here was vying for the presidential seat. We've seen Mr. Joel here was vying for affirmative action, and here Mr. Wanjala was vying for home affairs, if I'm not wrong. So you guys are so amazing. People want to know what were your manifesto, because the manifesto itself will tell us that this kind of person had this for us. Yani watu wanataka kujua kwamba huyu alikuwa na hii kwetu. So as we start from the president, maybe you tell us what was your manifesto, sir?
Thank you very much for that question. I had very important agendas and the manifesto for our comrades, my fellow comrades in this institution. Number one, beginning with the journalists. When I was going around trying to find out how these journalists carry out their functions and all that, I found out that the journalists, or rather the media group, they don't have a studio. So that one became my first agenda. I say that when the comrades will elect me into this position, number one, I will have to follow up and make sure that the media group also have a studio. Number two, my agenda, when I went around the school, the institution, I found out that many of the comrades come with their bags full of books. So when they get into their classes, you know, sometimes it is very tiresome carrying a very huge bag, many books. You have lessons from morning to evening.
Yeah.
So I found out that if it were good, if they would have elected me as the president. So my plan was that I would bring something we call locus into this institution. That when you come with your bag, You will put your bag in that locker, you will lock, then go to class. You carry your book, one book, go to class, have your lesson, come back. You put your book there, take another one, go for another lecture. So those were just some of my manifestos.
Okay, wow. Mr. President, allow me to just get to ask from
Yes.
the first agenda. You said that you are planning for the journalists
Yes.
to have a studio. Now, what kind of studio are you preparing to have? Because we've got different studios with different, equipment,
Yes.
and also different that requires different money in terms of amounts to be, built. So, what kind of studio are you really talking about? Because we've got so many of them.
Yeah. With my intelligence, I may say that this school is a very big school.
It is.
In fact, it is a national school, a national polytechnic. I believe that comrades pay fees, and on their paying fees, we have things that we as comrades we require, we need to have these things. It is not that we are going to force the administration to do some things, but there are some of the things that we need to have. So
They are like
this-
basic things.
yeah, they're basic things.
I get
Like media people, you cannot just go through theory in this institution, then go out there and fumble with given a system that you have never seen. Fumble with these things. So I would have made sure that we have a modern studio,
Wow.
a modern studio that will enable our comrades, because when you see the vision of this school is to impart skills
Very true.
into the comrades. So the skills that we are imparting, how shall we impart skills to comrades? Then they have not, they are not well educated. They are well educated, yes, but with
Minus equipment.
minus equipment.
I
It
get
will be very hard for them outside there when they get outside there to engage into this to their work now. It will be very hard to them. So I would have proposed that we have a modern studio that will help our media group to carry out their studies well.
Yeah. And secondly, you talked about coming up with the lockers for
Yes.
the students to keep their items in it.
Yes.
So think of the numbers. We are very many
Yes.
in this great institution. Now, how will that one be made suitable for the students?
One, we have so many classes and we have departments. So these lockers would have been placed in central places. These classes, when comrades come, they take turns.
Yeah.
They do not come all of them once.
Yeah.
They take turns. So it will be very vital if we placed them in a central places. Let's
But
say
it will look like a high school.
no, it will not look like a high school. High schools do not. They just have their lockers. What I'm talking about is. I think you have seen even movies in America.
I have.
They have those lockers. You come, you put your bag, you go to class. Those are the things I'm talking about.
So it's
not
like you are to
lockers.
bring America at the Segalgal National Polytechnic.
It is a vision.
A vision.
It is a vision.
Now
and
I get.
that one can work.
It can.
Yes.
And I remember, Barack Obama said, yes, we can.
Yes, we can.
And yes, you could.
That is true.
Yeah. Now, as we get to Mr. Joel, sir, you are vying for the affirmative action seat.
Yes.
What were you after?
In the life of every person living with disability, we have one important document that if you don't have, then you're not regarded or rather recognized as a person with disability. So it was one of my main agendas to ensure that by the time I'm leaving office as the CS Affirmative Action, we have 100% of disability certificates within Segalgal National Polytechnic.
Wow.
Yes.
And you talked about the certificates. I know that once a leader is elected, he needs to represent the people that elected him into the respective office. So, what did you say that your people wanted that you were to represent them in the office?
just like I have said, recognition is something key.
Yeah.
And if you are not recognized somewhere, then you have no need of you being there. And for you to be recognized as a person living with disabilities, you must have a disability certificate. That was my main and key agenda of ensuring within Sigalagala and beyond, they will be once recognized as persons with disability courtesy of Joel.
Now, where should the student get the certificate from? Is it from the school or from any other organization?
It has a process. It has a process.
Now you can take us through, please.
First, you have to acquire what we call a medical report, or rather assessment report from any level 4 hospital and beyond. After you've acquired the same, you go to a cyber. It is uploaded on your e-citizen. After it has been uploaded on your e-citizen, you will be notified via an SMS that your disability certificate is ready, and you will go and download it in the cyber cafe. Okay. And all that could have been done courtesy of myself.
So there are some students that are still lacking the certificates.
Of course.
And talk about the numbers. Are they many, or the many have it?
The majority don't have.
The majority don't have.
As we speak.
Okay, I get you. Now to Mr. Wanjala, you are from Bungoma. You know Bungoma unajulikana ugali hapo. Lakini ni kiongozi kwa ugali. Unaguza lakini si sana. Ama
hiyo inabidi sababu hapa Bungoma.
Oh. Ulikuwa na manifesto gani? Ni nini yenye unaona ya kwamba hii nayo ningeambia watu waone kweli Mr. Wanjala ako na hii. Hao watu wangenivotia na mimi ningepita.
Okay, thank you Mr. Charles.
Yes.
For maybe this opportunity to tell my fellow comrades about my agendas, which maybe if they could have voted me in, I could just ensure that they go through. Okay, my first agenda was to promote health education campaign. I came to realize that most students, maybe they found themselves in some terrible diseases by lacking of knowledge. So I was to ensure that they get that knowledge so that they know maybe to prevent that disease, or maybe if they are affected, we can have some ways on how we can solve it. So that was my first agenda.
Okay, hold on, please, sir. You talked about the, the health issue, and recently we saw on television, and it was all over the social media platforms, that President of the United States of America, Donald Trump, had retrieved, the support that he was giving the World Health Organization in terms of the cash, so that if you get to suffer from any disease in Kenya or elsewhere, you have to go by your own means. I mean, looking into your pocket for you to get the medicine and any other equipment. So, like you're talking about bringing the health issue back to home, because you are, or rather you are aspiring for the, the Home Affairs seat.
Okay, that Home Affairs, it was not just a Home Affairs, but before it was just Home Affairs, but currently it was Health, Home Affairs and Security. Yeah, that the whole docket was Health, Home Affairs and Security.
Oh, that one was before?
Yeah, Home Affairs was before, but currently it's combined with Health and Security. Yeah.
Oh, so you are still sticking on the core values of the last?
No, but okay, I'm trying to say that previously, the docket of Home Affairs, it was just alone, Health was just alone.
Oh,
but
they were different. Yeah. Now I get it.
At the moment, they are combined. Yeah. So now that ministry changed from Home Affairs, but it's now called Health, Home Affairs and Security.
Now it is broad, diversified.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah.
Okay, now as we get to another, topic, I want us to talk about the Sigalagala National Polytechnic politics. How do you think has been the Sigalagala National Polytechnic politics from the time immemorial now to the present and to the future? Starting with Mr. President, how have you seen the politics?
Thank you very much, Mr. Charles, for that question. I joined this institution in 2022 September. I I began involving myself in the polytechnic politics in 2023 January. I can say that previously, and as we speak right now, the, the politics of this institution, they are really, we have people who push, who take sides in this politics. And when they say that we are going with this one, it is that way.
That is it.
That is it. We have people that we don't want to call them alumni because they are still around. I don't know how we can call them. But there is a term that is used. They normally call them. They call them Abakof.
Abakof.
Yes, those are the people when they come, when the politics of this institution begins in January, they come around.
They're like influential people.
They are very much influential. And whatever they decide, if they decided to support you, then you will become.
And what about the argument? Do you have to pay them some cash for them to support you, or they just choose whom they support?
I don't want to say what I don't know. I will say what I know.
Yeah.
What I believe is that before someone supports you, you must raise your hand and give him something so that he may support you. But that is what happens, by the way. Yeah, you must have something. You must have some cash. Let's talk about money.
Money.
Yeah, that is the truth of the matter.
Okay.
So they are very much influential. If you don't have some cash, I don't believe if they will support you. They won't support you.
They won't.
They won't support you.
Okay. Now it is Mr. President's review. What about your review, Mr. Joel? Where did you begin your politics, and how have you seen the Senegal National Polytechnics politics?
I joined back on 6th of September 2021.
Long ago.
Long ago, like 4 or 5 years ago.
We were there, the few of us, me and you. The two,
The two of us.
the two are very new.
I thought I'm the oldest person in this Galagala.
Oh, you're the oldest.
I'm the oldest around.
When did you join? When did you join?
It was 2021.
2021.
Yeah.
Which month?
It was March.
March.
Yeah.
And you said
September.
September.
He's the oldest.
The oldest. Now we agree.
He's the oldest.
Okay.
I joined back on 6th of September 2022. Then pursuing level 4, fashion and design level 4. And immediately I joined, I realized we have a position to be occupied by persons living with disability in the Students' Council. I tried my luck then. It was never my luck. 2022 January, it was never my luck. But again, maybe it was my luck because I was kept somewhere by the then Deputy President, Mr. Alex Kiongozi. I served in the Constitutional Review and Amendment Committee, and also the Disciplinary Committee concurrently. All of them running under the office of the Deputy President then. When I joined, the only position I think was there for PWDs that was insisted constitutionally was the CS affirmative. But I'm glad that by the time I was exiting the Constitutional Review and Amendment Committee, persons with disability had at least 5 positions that are
You created them by yourselves.
in the
By yourself.
Yeah, by myself in conjunction with my fellow Constitutional Review and Amendment Committee members there.
Wow, that's good.
Yes.
And now to Mr. Wanjala. Mr. Wanjala, when did you study politics, and how is the politics of Sigagala National Polytechnic?
Okay, thank you, Mr. Charles. As I said, I joined this school back in 2021 as a student. That's in automotive engineering. From there, in 2022, I was done with my certificate. I relaxed for 1 year. Then I came back. That's in 2024 May. I joined now a class of diploma, which I'm pursuing it at the moment. Okay, now in politics, Uh, I joined immediately when
You stepped in this one.
yeah,
Wow.
because I like politics so much. So I joined the politics with David, the former President Barasa. Yeah, you are with him. So, but I cannot say that I joined in deeply, but just partially to know how politics is all about in
Okay. Okay. Okay.
institution.
Okay.
So
Okay.
from there is when I decided that now I should just join. That the politics have really changed. If you compare those days and today, there's a lot of difference. Like today, as my president has said, we have this group called Abakofu. They are really influential. But those days, they were not there. It was just student and a student affairs.
Now, how do you think was the group formed? When did it form? Was it formed? I mean, and who formed it? Are they the students or who are they?
Okay, those who formed this group, I think they were the alumni of this institution, whom they think they were somehow influential in terms of politics. So they
Okay.
came back to ensure that they can support some people so that they can reach to that position, and they at least benefit for in one way or the other.
Okay,
Yeah,
I get you.
yeah.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, we are heading to the second discussion of our debate. My name is Msoka Charles. Hope you are enjoying the show. I want to hear from our guests, maybe what do they want for the institution? And again, they will give us a parting shot regarding the same of what we've talked about. Get to hear the details as we continue. Okay, now Mr. Joel, I would like you to tell us maybe what do you think should be these institutions' politics? Because we've talked about how politics is. Now, what is the way forward?
Uh, I will remain on the affirmative position. Let it be inclusive. And I believe you learned it, you understand what inclusivity is.
I get you.
Yes.
Okay. And maybe can you talk about maybe your next run? Will you be in the ballot for the coming year, or you will sit back and watch others?
It is very unfortunate that I'll be sitting my final exams next year, March.
Oh my.
And constitutionally, I want to be allowed to vie for that position. Yes.
And what of if you move from this institution now to the world? Will you again run in the politics, or you will quit?
Of course, once a politician, always
Always.
a politician, and until death do us part.
Who has been your inspiration outside now Shigalgan National Polytechnic politics?
Within or outside?
Outside.
Outside, we have Dev Milimo, the sub-county chair of persons living with disability in Shigalu sub-county. He is really an inspiration to me. Despite all odds, he does wonders.
Please, you can look into the camera and maybe say hi to him or her.
Hi, Mr. Dev Milimo. You are really an inspiration to me.
Wow, that is amazing. Thank you for your time. But of course, stay tuned, we shall be having a parting shot. Now, Mr. Wanjala, maybe what do you think should be the way forward for our for our polytechnic politics?
Okay, I think according to me, let the polytechnic politics remain for students. Let it be student to student affairs.
Okay.
This other group, let them get away it so that students can choose their leader wisely, and it should be that way.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, I get you. And who has been your inspiration in this journey of politics, maybe from within or outside?
Okay, within there's this person called the former president David Barasa. He was a good friend of mine, so I just like him. I like how he play his politics, and through that I get so much inspiration from him. And outside we have, I'm from Bungoma, so Papa Aroma is the best.
Oh,
Yeah,
Mr. Otangula,
yeah. I
the
like
current
that.
speaker
Yeah,
of the
I
National
like that
Assembly.
man so much. Yeah, I like how
What makes you love him?
the way he plays his politics. It really teaches me a lot.
Okay.
Yeah,
Wow. Thank you. Hold on, we shall be having a party shot.
thank you.
Now, Mr. Prezo,
Yes,
how are you, sir? Once again,
I'm very fine.
please, can you tell us what should be the way forward for our polytechnics politics?
What I would like to say, since we have already involved ourselves in the polytechnic politics, we do not cease to be leaders. We will remain leaders, and we want to promise that this institution is going to have clean politics. Since we are still in this institution, we are going to make sure that we will not allow this institution to be led by the people who already finished school to decide for us, to decide who is going to lead us. When they don't know the people, they come, they influence people, they use what they can use so that they can put someone in power.
Very
No,
pathetic.
very, very pathetic. What we are going to make sure is that we are going to have inclusive discussions, because we have associations in this institution.
Yeah.
And we are going to have discussions, serious discussions, so that we may see that this institution, the politics of this institution are taken into a higher notch. We want to have clean politics in this institution.
Wow.
That everyone, whoever that will decide and have that desire that he wants to become a leader in this institution will become free and fair battle.
Wow.
That is what I can promise. The politics of this institution. Yes.
One thing I've gotten from your words
Yes.
is that you will now sit with the current administration in support of what they have. Because you guys, I believe you have the same ambition, the same vision, and the same agenda for this institution. Only that there are few differences.
Of course.
Yeah. So again, who has been your inspiration all throughout this journey?
There is a young man in this country called Samson Dindu Nyoro. He's,
From Mount Kenya.
yeah, that man is very inspiration to me. He beats good politics. I love what he does in politics. He's still young. He's pressing on, and I believe one day he's going to make it.
Wow.
Yeah. So he's my inspiration.
Let's begin with Mr. Anjala. Tell something to Mr. Papa Waroma. First the camera.
Okay. What I can tell Papa Waroma is that let him continue with the same spirit to fight for Kenyans, to fight for people from Bungoma and the whole region of Western, and all shall be well. One day, one time, na sisi pia tunakuja, tutafika mahali amefika.
Wow.
Yep.
Mr. Prezo, one word to Mr. Ndindi Nyoro.
I believe Ndindi Nyoro does not know me, but I know him. What I would like to say about Ndindi Nyoro, I want to say this, that keep on doing the politics you are doing. I have seen the achievements and the great things you have done for members of Kiharu. So my prayer is that one day, I believe that you are going to become the leader of this country, and I will fully support you when time comes. I pray for you, and I believe everything shall be well.
Wow.
Thank you.
That has been a good and a very vibrant discussion from our very own leaders. We've seen their nobility. Of course, they are leaders of great attribution to the polytechnics politics. My name is Msokachal, but before we get to close everything, I just want our guys to give us a parting shot. Let's begin from this side. Mr. Joel, your very final words.
I'm not Joel, but I'm Anjala.
Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Wanjala. Right.
Thank you, thank you. Okay, maybe my final remarks or words. I want to tell my dear comrades, thank you so much for your support. You stood with me all the way I started this politics up to date. May God bless you so much. Hata kama tu kufika, but I pray that one day utafika, and I'm still your leader. I will still fight for you kwa vyovyote vile. To my council that were elected, I say congratulations to you. It was your time. Ensure that what you do is for comrades and let comrades shine. Thank you.
For sure.
Yep.
Yes, and Mr. Joel.
Before I give my parting shot,
Okay.
there is something that I would like to bring to your attention.
Okay, bring it, sir.
I would like you to know that once you've given your heart to serve, whether in power or not, you will serve.
You will, for sure.
In whatever caliber you are with whatever small you have, you will serve.
For sure.
So I believe I'm ready to serve in or outside the country.
Very good.
To my parting shot, I know I had one or two who are in support of my ambition, but I want to let them know that it is not yet dead, because all those that are in power, even if we had ideological differences, time has come for us to set that aside and come
work
together
Very true.
for the betterment
Very true.
of comrades and more so comrades with living with disabilities.
Very good.
Yes.
Thank you, sir. Now to Mr. Masai. You are not from the Masai land.
Yes.
You are from Bungoma, but you are Mr. Masai. Can you please give us your very, very final words?
Number one, I want to congratulate Mr. Wilberforce Mali for making it to become the president of this institution. Two, to the World Council, I would like to just tell them that let them serve the comrades. When you are elected as a leader, you have to serve and not to become the boss. So just serve the comrades and all shall be well. Okay, to finish my remarks, we are leaders. We will never cease to be leaders. We will serve. Even if we are not elected, we will serve. We will make sure that the desires of our hearts are fulfilled by our actions, and even those people who wanted us to become leaders, who are supporting us fully in whichever way, we want to thank them and say thank you very much, and promise that only God gives leadership. So when time comes, we shall talk more about the leadership of this institution. Thank you very much.
For sure, it is a matter of time. This has been a show to remember because we've done many shows, but this one has been a lit one. My name is Soka Charles, and this is Voice of Siga Ben Show. Thank you for your time.